Hello, dear friends. How are you? I wish you a very good day. I am Noemi Paimal from Education 3000. Today we will see three subjects. It's called no violent communication, and it's very useful for everything, for our private life, for school, for jobs, for everything with the kids. We will see a little bit of what we called Curry for Life, which is actually what was called the curriculum, and a little bit about Pluri-Education, that was called special education or inclusive education sometimes. So let's start. Let's start with NVC. NVC is no violent communication, and this is from the book from Marshall Rosenberg. The book is called No Violent Communication. You can download from internet. And it's so useful. I really recommend all the schools to use this book and to have no violent communication all the time. It's a way of life, actually. There is no reason to get angry or to raise our voice when we need something to be done, or when we need to express something, a necessity or a petition. Here in the slide, we can see the circle of children. It's kinder, pre-kinder, 3, 4, 5 years old. They do practice no violent communication. Here they have a circle where they can express what they want, what they need, their feelings. And it's part of, if a habit is acquired before 7 years old, you have it for your whole life. So those kids, by knowing no violent communication from a very early age, it's wonderful for them. They know how to handle their emotions. They don't have to throw a tantrum to get something. They don't have to yell. They don't have to cry. They know how to listen to other person. They know teamwork. They know, that's beautiful. Empathy is normal for them. And they know how to deal with emotions and feelings. I would suggest that each year, before we start the year, listen to everybody and have a couple of classes only on nonviolent communication, as to set up the peace culture, to set up what we are going to do during the year. Nonviolent communication here is the habit, it's a way of life, and that's the way we do things here. And won't believe everything will change. Bullying will drop. The teachers will be much more happy and flexible, and the kids and the young people they really appreciate that, because then it will help them when they have a boyfriend or girlfriend. They have to deal with their parents, grandparents, but they have to deal with the boss, to deal with the team, to deal with friends, and not get so upset or so hurt when something happens. They can handle the situation. They don't have to hide from the situation or to explode to make their point made. They can recognize their emotion, recognize what they need, and express it and get it. And with a dialogue and with a win-win situation, everybody will win, because we look for more situation and more solution and more alternative. If you read the book of Marshall Rosenberg, it always goes back to 4 basic steps, and it's so easy. I'm going to go through the steps now, and we can start right now practicing our nonviolent communication. The 4 steps are: the situation is, without judging. It's S, F, and P. S for situation. The situation is. Step 2, it makes me feel like that. I feel like that. It's about feeling and emotion. 3, my need is, and 4, the petition. I ask this or that. And then we go on with a transformative invitation to dialogue, find solutions and alternative, and maybe we find the solution A, B, C, D, M. Then we listen what happened, and we make sure both parties are in a win-win situation. It's not like, I have to be right, so I use no violent communication to get what I want, because I can manipulate with no violent communication if you know very well your steps, yeah. But it's not about manipulation. It's about express what you need in a calm voice. That's very important. And go through the steps and see what's the best solution for everybody. And this is to be mature, actually. And the voice. For instance, we start with the situation is. So we explain the fact. It's about facts. And with a lot of numbers and data, very, very straightforward. Without attacking. Attacking is when I start, but you, and we start to raise the voice, and or you always do that, and you are always late, and you. So we attack. When we attack, what are we going to get back? The person will attack back and defend themselves and probably yell more. And then it's called as escalation, when it goes up and up and up and up. And this is not the right way. And then we feel sorry and everybody's yelling, and the kids get the bad habit too of yelling. That's a bad example as well. So let's say the situation is, let's take 2 examples. There is a colleague who is always late. This is a bad way of saying. Let's say you see this person and you want to remind him or her to be on time. So we never say you are always late, by the way, because we start by you. We never start by you. We say, the situation is that Monday and the other week and the other week, that means 3 Mondays in a row, you arrive at 8:15. And even one day it was 8:30, I remember, and the meeting was at 8 in the morning. That's the situation. You are not attacking, you are not raising the voice, you're just normal. It's what's happened. You see, I didn't attack this person. You start the situation is, or I observe, or we observe that 3 days in a row or 3 weeks in a row, the meetings start late and you were 10 minutes late this day, or something like that. But you don't say you. You're always late. You are always, you do that. It's always in you. Oh my God, this is really, really violent. 2, the feelings and the emotion. It makes me feel, or it makes feel us ignored, sad, not comfortable. So just feelings about your feeling or my feeling. Not I feel you are such a jerk or you are such a inconsiderate person. No. I feel not taken in account or ignored. I feel. Marshall said if you are in a job situation or in a business or something like that, you can skip the feelings because people are not used about feeling and they might think you are weak. But if it is not a very strict professional meeting, we do the feelings as a step 2. Then we go to step 3. My need is. So my need is, or if it is a meeting, our need is to have some order, to have the meeting together, so it's not too late for everybody. The meeting is to have some schedule respected. That's our need. To have a smooth organization. And the petition. The petition is we start the meeting on time. And then we go to the dialogue, and it's called a transformative invitation to dialogue and find solution and alternative. So let's say this person is late because something terrible happened. The mother used to take the kids to school, has a terrible cancer, and she can't do it anymore. And it's a very bad health issues. So the guy has to take the kids to school, and it's just the traffic, and he's late. But you didn't know this situation, so it's good to listen. What happened? Maybe something really important happened, and we have to know. Find solution. Alternative. So maybe the meeting is too early for everybody because it's traffic and it's school time. Or maybe Monday is the worst day for a meeting. Maybe Tuesday usually is more free. Or maybe to start at 8:15, all of us, but we all agree The thing here is to all agree on that and feel comfortable with the agreement. And the same with children in the classroom, and the same with young people, and the same with your family, and you all agree. And then usually when it's something like a meeting, we put on a piece of paper and we put it on the wall, on the notice, the board. That would be the 4 steps. It's very easy. Another example, let's say it's 3 o'clock in the morning and your neighbor still have a party and it's too much noise. You can't sleep and you have to work. It's Sunday, you have to work on Monday early, 6:30, blah, blah, blah. So we prepare our steps before knocking the door. The situation is, my dear neighbor, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, the music is extremely loud, we can listen through the wall, and the situation is, I have to work in a couple of hours, that's the situation. It makes me feel, or I feel not considered, I feel very sad and very tired and I am not respected in my rights as a neighbor, let's say. My need is really to rest now. My petition is, please, can you all lower the volume of the music or stop the music? It's extremely late. And if you go that way, and then the negotiation, maybe they will say, okay, 1 more song so I can say bye-bye to my farewell on my guest, and then we go quietly and blah, blah, blah. Or this. Actually, it happens to me in real life. And it was exactly 3 in the morning and with a lot of noise. And by the time I knock, they opened the door and they were already putting the volume down. So I didn't have to go to my 4 steps. So I was starting, the situation is, it's 3 o'clock and they already knew. So it's good. Sometimes some people do that. They do the 4 steps in their head and then they find the solution and they don't have to do it verbally, because sometimes it's something about us as well, sometimes. Well, this situation reminds me my father when he used to do that, and you process your life too. Anyhow, then we go to the dialogue, we find the solution, the alternative, and that's it. It's a win-win situation. And nobody gets hurt. See, I am not hurt, the other person is not hurt, and it's a very nice way of dealing things and to have this habit for our life and for all situations. The list of emotions and feelings. This list is gigantic. I'm sure you can see it. I have a hard time too. Let's say afraid. But there is so much word about how to be afraid. This is a huge list. There is hundreds of ways of expressing a feeling. Not only I feel good, I feel bad. That's it. No, you have to find more what kind of feeling is it. And it's a very good exercise with children from a very young age, actually. Let's say afraid. I am afraid, I am alarmed, I am apprehensive, I am awkward, I am defensive, I am fearful. By recognizing which emotion is now on, that's half of the work is done, actually. If, let's say, I don't feel good, what's happening to me? Oh, I'm just tired. So that's easy. See, if I'm tired, I have a little nap, or I tell everybody around me, oh, I'm tired, I slept very little tonight, I had a lot, blah, blah, blah. So I can take the right decision and I don't have to blame everybody. Or, yes, I'm cranky because I'm tired. So that's very healthy. And it's helped us to solve many things. And it's a very good exercise to understand what's happening and to release it in a nice way. That's for the nonviolent communication. Again, please have the book and make sure everybody around you and yourself can have access to that, especially the schools. Again, at the beginning of the year, please have at least a couple of classes about nonviolent communication and emotions before we start anything. The second thing I wanted to talk about today is curriculum or syllabus. The thing with this is sometimes it's very old. It's from the other century or the century before. There is a real need to renew and reconsider all the are the topics we have. And I like to call it Curry for Life, with the idea of anything we learn is to construct something very positive, to take care of the planet, to rebuild a nice society, to have cooperation, to have inner development, and renew, like, for instance, and now things are going so fast, to make sure we have enough digital classes, a new kind of math, quantum physics, astronomy. The kids, they love remote history, something about personal development, a new kind of energy, new technology, high tech, low tech, and try to see what's for now and for the future. That's one thing. And this should be only half of the curricula or the curry for life. The other half should be what happened with the local things, the circumstances, to contextualize. Maybe there is something with the community now. Maybe there is something very important happening in the school. Maybe in the country something very important happened. Maybe in geopolitics. Maybe around the world there is something. And then work with that and do the project and do find solution-based learning and find team building and have a lot of activities and travel and have half of the time for other things and 2 hours of sport. Yeah, everything can fit, you see? And that would be the famous curricula for life. And then, of course, we will do what the government say, but we can suggest as well to renew some topics and have some flexibility. That 50% we can do something, or something about our own cosmovision or necessity, and so on. That's going to help a lot. And the last word will be about Pluri-Education. Pluri, Pluri, Pluri-Education. Before it was called special education or special needs education or inclusive education. We like, as P3000, we like to call it Pluri-Education, meaning everybody has a need. You can have a special cognitive need, a special emotional need, a physical need. Everybody is special, and everybody is beautiful, and everybody need to give love and to receive love. Needs to give love and receive love, and at the core of education and growing. Thank you very much, and I see you at the next video.